Hello, everyone. I was just online looking at some stuff regarding passport bros and high value men. I'll kind of try to stay in that space, try to just keep up with what's going on in the world. I am married. I don't date anymore and haven't been on a date with a man in 16 years. I've been with my husband for 15 years, and I met him in 2001. Online, as a matter of fact, on AOL before AOL was Match.com. So that's how long ago it was. And our first date was at a pub, and we had burgers, and we sat and we talked and had a second and a third date and just kind of fell off, and then always stayed friends. But 7 years later, decided we really liked each other and decided we wanted to be together, and have been together ever since. I am a woman. I started dating when I was 16 in 1980. My first date was with a boy named Gail Beasley. Hey, Gail, if you're out here. We went to Red Lobster, and we went over his sister's house and watched a little TV. We really didn't do anything else, and I kissed him goodnight, and that was the end of the date. And I got married in '85 to a gentleman who was in the Navy, and we divorced, and I married my husband, who was in the Marine Corps. My second husband was in the Marine Corps, and we divorced. And thankfully, by the time I got to be where I am now, I had a lot of growing up to do. Me myself. I had to push through some stuff and really recognize that, while I was typical, oh, it's his fault, he's this, he's that. It was me too. It was a lot of me too. I was doing a lot of shit I had no business doing and saying and everything. The difference in my life is that I always had good people in my ear telling me the right thing to do. That don't mean I listened to it, because I sure didn't. But at some point, if you have the right people in your ear telling you the right things to do, it's going to dawn on you one day. And it's going to snap you out of whatever mess that you might be in. And young ladies especially, I'm telling you, y'all have made dating out here way more than it has to be. Especially first dates. First dates are about getting to know someone. That's all they're about. They're not about spending. I wish one of my nephew. I don't have any children. My nephews or my brothers or my cousins are telling me that they spent $500 on a girl their first day. I'd beat their ass. What are you doing? No, you're not going to take her on a $500. No, you're not going to buy her a Louis bag. No, you're not going to get her nails and hair done. You don't know that girl. Those are long-term wife relation things that you do for those. For a wife, for a long-term girlfriend, long-term, not 6 months either. I went on plenty of dates in my life. And my one rule when I was dating, and I really feel like this should be with any girl, any young lady especially, I never put myself in situations I could not get myself out of. And it wasn't even half as dangerous then as it is now. When I went on a date with a man, when my second husband and I divorced, and I started dating again, my first dates were always at O'Charlie's up the street. Why? Because one, I was just up the street from my house. It was on a bus line. I could pay for O'Charlie's if I had to. I didn't have to, and generally the men would pay for the dates. That was never an issue. But I felt safe. There were plenty of people around. My people always knew where I was going. It was not an issue of, oh yeah, because nothing is free. Men do nothing for free. Stop expecting men to do shit for free. Nor should they do anything for free. Y'all have to stop. You've made this so hard now. No, that's why you can't find nobody. You have all these unrealistic expectations. You act like having sex with AD people is a flex. It is not. And I am by no means a virgin. But you've got to stop doing this. This is ridiculous. Young men are not the enemy. And you need them. Feminism has lied to y'all. It lied to me, which is one of the reasons why I couldn't get myself together to even have 2 marriages. It is only now that I'm able to be in the relationship, even after all these years, and be happy and love my husband and do for my husband. Because I got rid of all that feminist bullshit in my head. You need men. I heard something this morning that's so true. It said the infrastructure. It said you are only as independent as the infrastructure allows you to be. And I'm like, wow, it's so true. And the infrastructure, everything you do, everything you look at, everything that makes it able for you to go and be, is created, sustained, and built by men. I didn't say it in the right order, but it's created, built, and sustained, maintained by men. Period. Women don't do it. Women don't help it. And if you see 100 men on a construction site, if there's women, there's 3 or 2. It ain't even half. If you see a crew out on the highway, it's almost all men. If you see women, it's 1 or 2. That's who you see. Oil rigs, all this stuff that require telephone poles, everything that requires us to be able to go and do everything we need to be able to go and do, a man or men make that possible. We need men, and men need us. And no, your career is not going to sustain you. Your boss is not going to keep you warm at night. I mean, if he do, that's a whole other conversation. But that's not who's going to be standing at your deathbed wishing you were here, wishing you were well. Because they will replace you. Your big, strong, powerful, independent lawyer, accountant, nurse ass. When you go, there will be somebody in your place. Trust and believe. I want y'all to start thinking about what's going on around you and ahead of you. This cannot be sustained. Y'all can't keep going like this. You are going to lose. Period. And I don't want y'all to lose. You need each other. Peace.